So myself, Arijit Bhaumik, I'm an expert at code forces. I have recently gone to an ICPC Kanpur and I'm a regionalist. I'm the technical coordinator of APS and ITR, and that's it. Mike?
Uh,
Mike, you're mute.
okay, sorry. So, hello everyone. I'm also an expert on code forces, and I also went along Arijit in the ICPC Kanpur Regional 2023. And I'm a pre-final year student in computer science branch, and I'm also a technical coordinator of APS. So that's all about me. So the first question that comes to mind is what is competitive programming? So can anyone like share their thoughts on what is competitive programming? Anyone? Yes, Amritanshu. Guys, this is an interactive session, please feel free to unmute your mics and speak.
Bhaiya, in my opinion, competitive programming is a way in which we showcase our problem solving abilities by solving coding questions.
Okay, nice. Anyone else who wants to contribute? No one? Yes, yes, Tanya. Okay, so uh, competitive programming is basically a mind sport that combines problem solving skills, algorithmic thinking, and programming expertise to solve well defined problems within a specified time limits. Here, participants engage in various coding competitions where they have to write efficient and correct solutions to a set of challenges. So that's basically what competitive programming is. And now I will talk about the benefits of competitive programming.
Yes. So let's talk about that. So of course, the first thing that helps that computing programming helps in is improve your problem solving capabilities. It helps you to solve different problems and helps you find you ways of how you can approach a problem. So second thing, it helps you think faster and be more focused. The contest you participate in competitive programming are about 2 hours long, and ICPC it's 5 hours long. So it really helps you to keep your focus for that long and keep on thinking on the problems. Second thing, in many contests are a team contest, so it helps you to know the team spirit and and helps and teaches you how to work as a team to solve some problems. Third thing, the companies want you to be a good problem solver, so they will hold some contests like Meta Hacker Cup and ICPC, of course. Though they keep looking into your profiles and search for the good problem solvers there, right? So if you are a good problem solver and you are achieving good ranks continuously in the contest, they will come for you. It will have an impact on your resume. It will have an impact on on the companies. So yeah, that's all. These are some of the benefits of competitive programming. Next, let's go for how to improve in competitive programming and where you can practice and give this contest. Mayank will tell you about that.
Okay. So the first thing we have to do is we have to give a lot of contests. That is like one of the only ways you can improve at competitive programming. Like the more contests you give, the more you improve. And there are a lot of websites that holds contests frequently, but LeetCode, AdCoder, CodeChef, and CodeForces are the top ones. Like they are the most used competitive websites out there. So I will give a brief about these websites. So the first website is CodeChef. Like it is one of the most beginner friendly websites. Like a lot of students, including me, start by CodeChef. So it is a very friendly website. It has a lot of questions. and it holds contests every Wednesday. So the difficulty is fairly easy in the first few questions, and then it gets harder. The next website is LeetCode. LeetCode is mostly used to practice DSA. Like the questions there are very much DSA oriented as well as their contests. So they hold contests regularly every Sunday and once in 2 Saturdays. So the next website is AdCoder. It is a Japanese website, and a lot of people don't know about it. But actually, it is one of the best competitive websites, competitive programming websites out there. It holds two kind of contests. One is AdCoder's beginner contest, and the second is AdCoder's regular contest. AdCoder's beginner contest, as the name suggests, is meant for beginners. Like it is actually recommended for everyone to solve at least the first four problems of AdCoded beginner contest. The regular contest has slightly more advanced. And then the last website is Codeforces. Like it is the most frequently used competitive programming website around the world. A lot of top competitive programmers practice on Codeforces. The level of questions is the best in Codeforces across all the platforms. And then there are also exclusive events like Meta Hacker Cup that occur once a year. Earlier, there used to be other events like Google Kickstart, CodeJam, but now they have stopped. So Meta Hacker Cup is the only remaining one. It is a competitive programming contest held by, of course, Meta. So you can also win goodies there. And if you perform well, then it can actually enhance your resume.
So yes, most of the websites mentioned here have a rating system. It is similar to that you have seen in chess. Like the different rating brackets are given different names in code forces like between 1800 and 1900. It's sorry 1600 and 1900 expert, then it's candidate master, and it's master, international master, and it goes on like that. Of course the names are different in different websites. In CodeServe it is 3-star, 4-star, 1-star, like that. In NetCoder it is based on the colors. In LeetCode it is knight and guardian, but the concept remains same. And as you move forward in your journey in computer programming, you will be earning more rating and more ranks in that. Right. The next thing we have about ICPC.
So before that, I would like to tell how you can practice competitive programming. So the best way to practice competitive programming is, of course, to solve as many questions as possible. So there are a lot of websites which you can refer to, but the ones like a lot of us use is C2 Ladder. Like it is a website that sorts questions on Codeforces according to the rating. So it is generally preferred that you practice questions that are plus 200 than your current rating. So suppose your current rating is 1000. So it is advisable to start solving questions that are 1200 rated. So by practicing as many questions, you will learn more about the different approaches that can be used, and you can learn more concepts and then how to apply those concepts. And gradually, your rating will keep on improving. And so you have to practice according to your rating. And next, I would like to suggest that a lot of people think that first they have to complete DSA to start competitive programming. It is actually a myth. Uh, you can start competitive programming just by knowing the basics of a language. Like it is not necessary for you to learn the complete DSA before starting competitive programming. So it is advisable to learn DSA side by side, and by doing CP regularly, your DSA skills will improve as well. And there are other platforms like CACS. It is actually a very underrated website, but it contains a question from almost every topic available out there. So if you want to learn any topic, just go to CACS and it will have a problem strictly focused on that topic. So it is also a very great website to practice.
So next about ICPC. The ICPC stands for the International Collegiate Programming Contest. It is an annual multi-tiered programming contest where institutes from from all over the world, like MITs, IITs, Harvard, all of the institutes participate in this competition. It is also known as the Olympics of competitive programming. Secondly, it has four stages. The first one is prelim stage, where it is an online contest. You register for it, and around all the teams from every college participate in it. Then the regional stage. From the preliminary stage, each region chooses 100 teams, the top 100, based on the institutes and everything. They are chosen in the regional contest, and from there they go to the continental stage, and at last the world finals. Being in the world finals is a really prestigious. It is a really prestigious name to be a world finalist in ICPC. Next, ICPC, the preparation is quite hard, and it's a very renowned and prestigious contest for any competitive programmer to participate in. So next, let's start with our journey in ICPC. Recently, we had participated in the Kanpur regionals, um, and from there, we had a really fun time solving some problems in the contest. Mayank will tell you about some of the experience there.
All right. So on the left picture, you can see our team comprising of myself, Arijit, and Subrat Bhaiya. He's actually a senior from computer science branch as well. So our team name was Descendants of Tourist. It was a very nice name that we came up with. And first, we had like after registering for the contest, like we practiced a lot. Like we used to meet in the common room of F block in SD hostel, and then we practiced almost once in every 2 days. Like we used to give a full contest, like the previous year contest. And on the day of the preliminary contest, we secured a rank of 68, and which like helped us to qualify for both Kanpur and Amritapuri regionals. So recently we went on Kanpur regionals. It was held on 22nd and 23rd of December, and like our team performed well. We scored a rank of 23 out of 100. Like it could have been more, but yeah, it is. So Arijit will tell more about the problems.
So regarding the problems, there were about 10 questions to solve for every team. So we could solve around four of them. Only the top three could solve greater than four problems, and the top 25 had four problems solved. So we had some time penalties. So we are in the lower bracket among the top 25 who solved the four questions. So for the experience, for the first question we had, it is like the 10 questions are not in order as in code forces or in code chef. They are sorted randomly, and the first question may be the most difficult one, and the last question may be the most easiest one among them. So again, we didn't have any snippets. We didn't have any setup there. We had to set up during the contest time, and of course, time matters there in the contest. So one of our teammates, that is Mayank, was doing the setup for us, and me and Subrat Bhaiya were going through the questions to find out the most easiest one to solve, the first one. So we reading the problems, we found out that problem C was the easiest one, and we did a brute force on that, and it was quite smoothly solved. Next, there is a scoreboard, and where you can see how many of the problems were solved and how many teams solved each problem. So we saw that the problem F was being solved the most after C. So we then moved to that, and it was also smooth sail for us. We had a wrong submission there, but it was okay. It was quite easy one, a geometry based problem. So the next question was a tough one for us. Again, we saw the scoreboard and had gone for it. It was a tough one for us. We had the initial logic in mind, and we were quite there. But again, there were bits and pieces missing from the logic, and we had quite many wrong submissions there. It took much of our time. We had around, I think, four wrong submissions in that problem. It was the problem G. It was a string-based question. Again, next, and that took us much of our time, and that I think that was the rank deciding factor for us, the rank deciding question for us. The next question, that was our last one. That was problem E. That was again a smooth sail for us. We had the logic in mind, and it took around 15 to 20 minutes to implement that for us, and it was good to go in one go. And after that, we had around 30 minutes in our hand. And the last question, we had some logic in mind. We were quite there, but again, we didn't have any snippets. We had to write everything from scratch, and we decided it was not possible to write that code in 30 minutes. So that was our last. The fourth was our last problem to solve, and that gave 23 as our rank. So that's it.
So it was actually a very fun experience there. Like the contest was 5 hours long. Like ICPC regional contests are generally 5 hours long, but like we were so engaged in the questions that 5 hours went by and we didn't even realize that. And so it was also a great experience because top teams from different colleges like IITs, triple ITs, and BITS, like all of them came and their best teams were there. So we had a lot of interaction with them and we learned a lot from everyone. So yeah, it was a very nice journey. So hoping to do well in the Amrita Puri regional as well. So that's all
Yes, we're
about our
going to
journey.
Bangalore again in the January last week, and we really hope to do well there and get a better rank for them. And yeah, that's about our journey for ICPC. If you guys have any questions, ask us. We're happy to solve that and answer that. It's an interactive session, so please interact with us, and we will answer your questions.
You can ask us anything. Yes, Amritanshu.
Bhaiya, I am aspiring to get into this competition ICPC, but I don't know how to start this because means I have learned some DSA. I do GFG like one question every day, lead code one question every day. I mean the daily challenges. Then I do the ACD ladders. Like apart from all this, what can I do like more so that I get the idea? What is my direction now?
Okay, so first I would say that ICPC is actually a team event. So first, like find a team that you are comfortable with. So after, like it has to consist of 3 members. Like you cannot participate solo. Like 3 members are compulsory. So
Okay,
first of
okay.
all, I would suggest that you find other teammates as well, and then you can practice together. Like you can see the past year questions that have come, and then learn new topics as you solve them. So gradually you will improve.
Bhaiya, is it okay to start with the previous years like right now, or should I give more time to a DSA first and then jump to the previous year?
Like for ICPC, like you should have like a lot of knowledge about DSA as well because it touches all the topics. So it is
Okay, okay, okay.
advisable that you
You can go through the DSA topics now, and about 1.5 months before, you can start with the previous year questions.
the next ICPC will come around, I think September, October. So you have ample of time.
Anyone else? This is an interactive session, guys. So please interact. We had a slide for you. Yes,
We're actually
Kumari will take it.
competitive programming ready. Yeah, I'm here. So to be competitive programming ready, are we supposed to solve easier and more number of questions, or should we more focus on a good level of question, though it would be like less number of questions?
No, I don't
What I
think solving easy problems, too many easy problems, is a good strategy to go. You should solve some problems that challenge you and helps you grow in that. Solving too many easy problems is not the way to go for me.
Thank you.
any more question, guys?
Yes, Amritanshu.
Bhaiya, like when I'm approaching a question, sometimes I know the approach, but like it just dragging on. My test cases are not passing, and then I find myself like giving 2 hours for nothing. So, like, how much time should I give to a problem before I think of looking at the solution?
So actually, what you can do is like suppose you are reading a problem. Like if you are able to figure out something, that if you like are able to figure out the initial logic, you can spend a little more time developing the complete logic. But if you have no clue and you have spent around 30 to 40 minutes, then it is advisable to read the tutorial.
Got it, bro.
And also one more thing I would like to add is that like do not try to do competitive programming alone. It is actually a very tedious job if you are doing it alone. So try to find a group of friends like that are into competitive programming and like grow together. So it is actually very advisable. Like discuss the logics among yourself after the contest has ended, and then like absorb the contests as well. Like suppose you have solved three problems, then it is advisable to just solve the fourth or fifth. Do not try to absorb the whole set because the difficulty will increase. Like suppose there are six questions in the contest, you solve three, so you can look at the fourth question. Don't try to go for the fifth or sixth ones because it will be very hard.
Got it, Vaya.
Any more questions?
So
Okay.
how many of you guys are actually in CF doing the giving the contest that are coming recently? Only one, two, seven. Nice, nice. How many of you guys were participating in the ICPC in the, I think in December, right? In December and November it was. Some bit nice. You should participate in this contest, right? Because as you grow, even given the internships are coming for the placement scenario, etc. This sites will help you a lot. SAF will help you a lot. Competitive programming will help you a lot. In companies ask this random companies will not ask pre-made questions for you. They will come up with something new every time. So doing competitive programming help you figure it out the approach to these problems. Okay, this helps a lot dealing with the new questions and getting to the approach for them. Competitive programming help you a lot. Any more questions?
You can ask questions from any topic, guys. Like any doubt you have, you can freely ask. Like regarding practice, regarding contest, regarding anything.
Yeah, I got a doubt from a junior. He just asked me in the WhatsApp. He is asking like how should they practice like a rating wise or a topic wise? So
Okay, so like I will tell you what I used to do. Like suppose I pick any random question, then I try to solve it. So if I'm not able to solve it, then I see what like how is the problem supposed to be solved. And if suppose there is a topic that I don't know, and then you can try to go and do 3 to 4 questions of that topic, and then come back to the problem you were not able to solve, and then try to apply the topic you have learned there. So this is the strategy that I would recommend as well. Like solve random problems and see that if you know the topic or not, then selectively do questions of that topic, and that's how you learn. Like this is pretty much how I learned my DSA.
Yes, that's how I did too. I was going through the C2 ladder thing, C2 ladder website. I could share the link for you guys. You can go through the problems rating wise, and if I didn't know the question, I couldn't solve the question. I go through the editorial, and if there's a topic I don't know, I just learn it there. That's it. I didn't go topic was or anything. Went to the problems, and if I didn't know a topic, I would learn it. Any more guys?
yeah, yeah. Also, I would like to tell you guys, Arijit got an offer, an internship offer from Oracle, and Mayank got an offer from Wells Fargo. So, how was your experience to get into those companies and grabbing such a great internship offers? And how CP helped you in that?
So yeah, at Oracle interview, I was asked a bit unexpected questions that were not from the that I had not previously solved, that were not in any DSC sheets or anything. So I CPSC practicing computer programming solved helped me to approach the problems right. Uh, I had to deal with some unexpected approaches there, and CP helped me do so right. Yeah.
So it's pretty much the same for me. The online test that Wells Fargo took, there were three coding questions in them. And the first one was fairly easy, but in the rest too, like CP helped me a lot. Like I had done similar questions in the past before. So it helped me to crack the OT. And in the interview as well, I was able to answer like pretty much all the questions that were asked to me regarding coding and DS. So I would say that CP actually helped a lot. Yes, Amritanj.
Bhaiya, can you please suggest like what is the rating? Like if we take an example like the code forces, like which rating question beyond is like which is optimal for ICPC? Like what is the bare minimum level of rating you can solve so that you can say that I'm good to ICPC?
Um, that's a hard question to
Actually,
answer actually.
mm, I mean, like,
Like
between
there
15
are
to
various topics
1600.
in.
There are actually a lot of topics, and actually depends on the questions as well. Like you may get questions that you are familiar with, and sometimes you may get questions that you are not able to answer.
Like
Sometimes we also struggle with 800 rated questions as well. So
like in
yeah,
the
but
Kanpur regionals, there were around the top team had three masters in them, but they could only solve 10 out of 6. So even being a master is not enough to solve all the problems in ICPC, right? So you have to push yourself consistently. How much you can do, how much you can go up the rating ladder. It's not that I'm
Also,
here and I'm sufficient for ICPC.
Bhaiya, sorry, like also that in the coding contest, I'm seeing like some number theories as well, and like some extra means mathematical tools they're using. Like, should I learn that along with DSA, or should I mean, skip that for now? Like, I mean, does this comes in ICPC? Do we need to use those mathematics in ICPC too?
mm, yes, actually ICPC covers each and every topic that there exists in competitive programming. So everything uh, is actually a part of ICPC. So for number theory, don't skip it. Like if you keep on practicing questions, like you will learn half of the things there. And there is also, I think, a YouTube playlist which was shared in the group back there. So you can also refer to that. So like keep on practicing and then you will learn the concepts gradually. But don't skip anything.
Got it, Bhaiya.
Yeah, you have to refer for, you can go through a site called cpalgorithms.com. Here you can find index-wise everything, number theory, maths, and everything is there index-wise. You can go through that to search for topics.
Actually covers all the topics from basic to most advanced. So you can refer to that websites as well. And one general thing that I would like to say is that don't get disheartened if your rating drops. Like it happens a lot that 2-3 contests go really bad and your rating drops by like 100 or 200. So it is actually very normal. You just keep a learning mindset and try to learn where you went wrong, and the rating will gradually increase. Do not think much about rating. Like it happened to us a lot that we would give a contest and like we would lose 100 rating in one contest, but it will gradually come back. So just keep learning and do not give up.
Yes, rating is a secondary thing, right? The most important thing we do CP for is the fun we get, the dopamine hit we get when you solve it, when we see an accepted question, right? So that's the main thing we do CP for. It's not that we want to. Rating is of course there; it's a secondary thing. But yes, the main thing is the fun we have doing the questions.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes.
So, one question I got in my mind that how did you guys like tell your personal experience? How did you guys spend your like currently you are in you passed fifth semester, so the 5 semester along with your college academics and CP, like how did you guys manage and how holidays are best for contests and all? So
So I'll share mine first. So as you know that we have classes from morning to evening. So of course practice time was quite less. We couldn't practice a lot. Like we used to practice on Saturday or Sundays mostly. And but we gave contests regularly. And after the contest, we used to discuss our solutions. And if we were not able to solve anything, we would absorb them also. So yeah, like we discussed among ourselves, like our approaches, our codes, and everything after the contest. So yeah, but in holidays we had ample of time. Like we used like I like started practicing from 12 noon. Like I actually practiced a lot of competitive programming back in my holidays. Like I enjoyed solving problems. So yeah, like make sure to utilize your holidays a lot because you won't get much time like while handling your academics.
Yes, for me again the same. We had a community, right? Me, Mayank, and some others were used to we used to give contests and discuss the solutions later in a meet or something like that. So we were competitive among each other, and that helped us going a lot. We used to compete with each other. You had friend standings where you can see where you are at the table, where you stand among your friends. So yeah, that is the fun we have. After the contest, we used to meet in a gym or something in holidays, and even if we're in a college, we would meet in a canteen or something and discuss the solutions and the problems that were in the contest. Yeah, yes. So having community really helps you keep going in the journey.
Any more doubt, guys?
Hello, Bhaiya.
Hello.
So Bhaiya, I wanted to ask you, so what would be the best resource for practicing problems to improve at CP? Like, are the code forces problems or the CSCS or any other platform? Like, as you said, mentioned earlier, practicing problems is really important, right? So, what would be
Hmm.
the best resource for practicing?
Okay. So like CSCS is actually a great platform to learn a new topic. Suppose you have learned a new topic from suppose YouTube or C algorithms from wherever you have seen the topic, then CSCS will actually provide you a question that uses that topic to solve that. So if you want to learn a topic, then CSCS is good. But if you want to practice, then I would suggest Code Forces is the best because the level of questions they have is actually very good.
Okay, Bhaiya.
Guys, no need to be formal here. We are just discussing it, so you can ask any informal question regarding our journeys and everything, or any doubt you have. Yes, Amritanshu.
Bhaiya, like in all these shortlistings and interviews, does CG like matters like really very much or to a certain extent? Or if so, like, can you tell, like, after what, at least how much should a student score to sit in every interview?
Mhm.
Score means
So
what? In number
Like,
of questions or what?
no, no, actually, like the CG, like our academic CG, how much should one maintain so that it's good to go for any placement?
uh, 8.5
8.5
is
would be the
considered.
safest.
8.5 is the safest. And 8 is pretty good.
Okay, yeah.
Like I'm talking about the
And for
software opportunities.
as for again how much it matters. In some companies does it, some companies it doesn't much. It depends company wise.
Mhm. Like recently, Barclays came and like it made a cut of 8.5 when they shortlisted for interview. But other companies didn't see CG much. So it depends on the company as well. 8.5 is the safest, but try to maintain 8 at least.
8 is the minimal you can go, right? So some companies just give a formal cutoff that above 8 can only sit in the in the short in the OT. Below that can't. Yes. 8.5 is generally not the cutoff, but it may be an informal cutoff for the company during shortlisting for interviews. Any more guys? Any more doubts, guys?
Bhaiya, one more question. So after giving like OTs and interviews of companies, so where have you like do you come across like standard lead code problems, like, which are like in the tweets earlier, or in most cases are they modified to some extent? So what kind of problems do you usually come across in OTs and interviews?
So they're a mixture of both actually. In OTs, it's not usually direct questions from lead code. They are modified ones. They are more of like a CF problem. In interviews, though, yes, some are the initial easy ones are not from lead code. They will be modified ones. The hard ones are generally from the lead code. Are generally from lead code. For my experience, the first round had pretty easy questions, sorting based questions, and they were modified. I had never seen those questions. They were like any CF problem in a contest. For the second round, they were standard questions like LC on a binary tree like that. Standard questions from lead code. So that's what I saw on the interviews.
That's pretty much same as mine. Like the OTs actually contained good good questions that the difficulty was high. It was, as Arijit said, like a CF problem. Like we had never seen like those questions before. They were not standard. And in the interviews, it actually depends on the interviewer what he wants to ask. Sometimes he may ask standard questions of stack or binary search, but sometimes he can also play around with the concepts.
Okay.
Any more queries, guys?
Hello, am I
Hello.
audible?
Yes,
Yes.
Yes,
yes,
so is it like I'm currently doing Java and DSA in Java only, and little bit of development stuff I'm learning little by little. Is it recommended right now to explore more domains of like computer science related stuff like uh, data science and more so stuff like that, only data science or database management stuff like that? Is it recommended to explore that, or maybe I can do it later on after finishing some of the stuffs which I'm currently doing right now?
So for the internship purposes, you don't need data science as of now. Like the questions
Yes,
they
that.
ask are of database management system and object-oriented programming and DSA. Like mostly the companies focus on these. So it
Okay.
is actually better to start early, of course. And if you start early, then it is a good chance you will like have an edge over
It
others.
is it is more so just for interest purpose, not for like internship or something like that. Especially the data science stuff like that, so that I can explore more in whatever it is there to explore in this environment. Is it recommended right now?
You
Because
can
a lot of stuff are going right now at the same time. So like nothing has finished right now. So is it like a continuous learning process, or like it will finish then I can start something new?
you were in first year, right?
Yes.
So it's first year is the time you explore, right? You can explore the domains you like. Just move on. You can just explore different domains at the same time. It's not a problem. By the time you're in second year, you should stick to a domain and get expert in that. I think you should have sound knowledge of DSA, of course. For DSA is needed for everything. And again,
Yes.
you should choose a domain. You must just focus on that and build your resume upon that and go for the interviews. For now, you can of course explore many domains, the domains as much as you like. It's your first year. It's time. It's the time to explore.
Okay.
Anything else, guys?
Guys, what would be your suggestion or advice for the sophomores, current sophomores who are going to face their internship season from next semester? So, what would be your advice and suggestions, and academically and mentally also?
Okay, so the first thing I would like to say that you should have a good grip on DSA by now. So like keep on practicing questions, like at least cover all the standard problems, and so that you know the basics of every topic, and then try to give as many contests as possible, because the online tests that the companies conducted, like the level has increased a lot. Like they will not ask standard problems, and the questions will be very tricky. And apart from that, I would suggest that you create at least one or two projects, because that can help you like fill your resume well, and it also demonstrates that you can do some development as well.
Yeah, again, same for me. You should have at least one or two projects and develop your DSA skills right now. Next thing is you should have CS fundamentals, of course. DBMS will be asked for sure. DBMS and OOPS, they will be a part of your interviews for sure. Again, in OTs, it is not like that. There will be some standard questions. The questions were during our time. The questions range from simple sorting algorithms to just DPN graphs. So CF, you should probably solve more problems, being be it CF or be it lead code. You should go through all the topics that are there. You can refer to any DSA sheet, maybe Striver, maybe Love. You can refer to them, and they will guide you through the topics you need to learn. And that's it.
And also like try to give mock interviews if possible. Like having technical knowledge is not enough, you need to have good communication skills as well. Like it has happened to a lot that they have good technical knowledges but are still rejected because they can't communicate well. So try to give as much mock interviews as possible. Like that will help you to know how to answer questions. Anything else?
Guys, what are some mental challenges you face during a contest and like after the contest when your rating changes drops, and how did you overcome with it, starting from your first year journey to your currently you are a pre-final, so
So in the earlier stages when I started competitive programming, like I used to consider like rating a lot. Like if the rating drops, I get very upset. And during the contest, if there is a problem that I know that I can solve, but still I'm not able to solve it, or like I have a lot of penalties, like 7 to 8 wrong answers. So I usually got frustrated. So, but with time, like I do CP because I like to solve problems. So with time, like I actually like overcame it. Like the rating did not affected me much. So I just focused on learning new concepts and trying to solve as much problems as possible. So I would
Yes,
suggest
same for
everyone the
me.
same. Like don't get disheartened if your rating drops or if you are not able to solve a problem that you know you can during a contest. So just stay focused and just keep on learning.
Yeah, same for me. Initially, in the initial days, I used to think a lot about my rating, and when it goes down, I was quite frustrated about it. But now I don't care about it much. I just give the contest. I like solving the problems in the contest, and that's it.
Uh,
Has any more questions?
yeah, so I can see many first years are in the meet. So, what are some common mistakes and uh, like the things which first year do and they should not do in CP domain? So,
One thing I can see is that like you should start as early as possible. Like do not wait. Like as I said before, like some students like wait till they complete their DSA or they wait till they learn some topic and then they start. So you should start as early as possible. If you just know the basics of a language, you can start giving contests. Like start from CodeChef as it is very beginner friendly, CodeChef and AdCoder. And then gradually, if you feel comfortable, you can start giving CF contests as well.
And the second thing is, while you are solving rating wise, when solving any problem, don't get stuck up in that. Move forward. If you are thinking a problem for about a day or so and you are still not getting it, you should know that you are lacking something in the topic, topic wise or concept wise. Just move forward, see the solution, and move to the next question. You, giving a day or two in a question is wasteful. Is wasteful.
And also have an active community. Like, of course, having friends that also give contests is also beneficial. You can discuss among yourselves, and that can help you as well as your friends to grow together. Any more questions, guys? Any topic that you want to ask?
Regarding ICPC or anything.
Hello.
Yes.
Yes.
Mostly during previous few months, first semester mostly, the interaction between first year students and like second year, third year, fourth year students were not as much as they would become in progressively expecting. So like in February, March, April, May, stuff like, and like months of that and that type. So there is not much interaction as of right now. So like if I want to know about how much like what did my seniors work on when they were in of my stage, or maybe after a few months, like in like what they were in when they were nearly finishing second semester, stuff like that. If I want to know how am I supposed to like interact with them, because I cannot just go around finding random people and ask for whom to contact, whom to not, and who is free to like talk to a junior. How to navigate along among the seniors and the circle they have.
So recently we also couldn't organize meets because there were some restrictions from SAC, as you guys all know. Like we had planned a lot of events, but
Yeah.
were also forced to cancel them. We couldn't get the permission. So like we had plans for offline sessions, but they were not possible. Like, and also like we were also busy in our internships and placement season. Our internship season was at the peak at that moment, and recently we have taken our time. Like we have organized a lot of sessions. There are a lot of sessions coming as well. So yeah, the interaction will increase soon.
So yes, regarding who can ask, the best thing would be to join a club which interests you, right? Join a club, you will meet the seniors there, you will have regular meets there, and you can interact with them. We
Okay.
know that there were no reductions during this period. There were some restrictions, but gradually they're opening up, and you could join the clubs you want, right? You can meet the community there, talk with the seniors there, and get their guidance there, right?
And if you have any doubt, you can like freely post in the open to all group. Like everyone will be happy to help there.
Yeah, I got a question from a junior from ceramic. Bhaiya, can you ask what are the extra efforts a person of a non-circuital branch had to put to get a good intern?
Hmm.
So regarding that, we have one of our friends from FP. So for that, he used to do open source to get visible to be visible to the companies and to others in the development domain, right? So you can open source is a good way to go for them, I think. And yes, you can build your connections on LinkedIn, of course, and with the seniors, of course, to get through some offers and that. Yeah.
Like try to apply to as many companies as possible because on-campus opportunities can be limited, but like try to apply to as many off-campus opportunities. You can ask a referrals from seniors and then apply.
Yeah, then how much CG would a person from non-circuital branch should maintain? Because then if on campus they're not applying, then how would that matter?
CG, the CG you get that is in your resume is not only for the cutoff thing in on campus, it also makes an impact in your resume and even in off campus interviews, right? So CG always matters for you. Yeah.
Yes, Amritansh.
Bhaiya, I saw in some videos people are talking that nowadays DSA, like they are like in, if a company is taking 4 rounds and now they are not asking DSA in like all rounds. Some rounds they are also asking like the system design and stuff. So should we learn that like right now, or is it not
Sys-
so important?
System designing is usually asked in the placements, like after the third year.
Okay, okay, yeah.
But during the internship season, system designing is not asked.
For CS fundamentals and internship, OOPS and DBMS are okay. You might touch OS, but OOPS and what DBMS will be fine for you in internship season. For placement, system design is required. Some companies have dedicated rounds for system design, so that gets important there.
In placements, operating systems and system design like hold a significant weightage. But in internships, OOPS, DSA, and DBMS will be fine.
Got it, yeah.
Like learning OS and system design is of course a bonus, but like, it is not essential.
Bhaiya, by how much time we should complete our DSA? Like completely?
Like as soon as you can. There is no time.
Like bhaiya, if I tell you my current situation, I would say that like I'm doing around graphs right now, but I have solved less questions. So should I just go ahead and do the graphs, or should I stop and do some more questions then come back? Because this is my current situation.
Okay, suppose you have learned BFS algorithm in a graph. So like try to solve 4 to 5 questions of BFS and then go to the next topic. Keep on doing like this.
Okay, bhaiya.
Anything else, guys? Or we can end the session with a group photo, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's turn on the
Guys,
cameras and take a group photo.
doubt you can ask us in the group also. You can text any of us, and we have open community groups in which we share all the classes schedule. Currently, we are not organizing any classes. We'll do after then online offline permission. So all the announcements will be spread through the group. So keep interacting with us and stay tuned. We'll organize more of such sessions. So guys, we can have a group photograph. So it would be great if you all can turn on your cameras. Yeah, Bhaumik, if possible, just
It would not be possible for me. Mayank, can you take it?
Mhm.
no, just like stop the screen sharing.
Okay, okay, okay.
Just a second. Is the large gallery option? Yeah, great. So I'm taking the screenshot. Uh, oh, my camera is off. Sorry. Thank you so much, guys, for joining today's session. We'll organize more of such sessions. And yeah, I already said everything. Thank you so much for joining. Bye.
Thank you guys. Feel free to ask any doubts in the open to our groups, and we will be very happy to answer any of your queries. Thank you.
Thank you, bhaiya.
Thank you.
Thank you.